here. And all right, welcome everybody to YouTubeville. We're discussing cues, and I'm discussing a potential short opportunity that could come across. So this was on June 1st, I want to say, yeah. So this scenario right over here with this level of support, if you just play this by the ear, and we do have this wedge kind of pattern, it could just potentially be a bull flag. And just like how I drew out all of these people that bought over here on these days do not want to see us closing below this line. Well, on this day, we're flirting with that line, and the minute we go lower, that is an amazing day trading opportunity. If you don't believe me, they're on same exact day, go look at this pattern on Tesla. Go look how strong that day trade was that day. So that's what I'm looking for over here, where we have all of these bulls, this level of support. We take this level out, we're toast, we're making a new low, and it will happen really quickly. So for that reason, I think I'm more interested in seeing what happens at this level and seeing where we go from there. Do we double bottom? Do we triple bottom? Do we quadruple bottom at this point over here? Or do we just let go of this level? Qs have the 20 EMA here. I don't know if the SPY has that, because the SPY didn't look very much like the Qs. The SPY is looking like my favorite pattern currently to go short on. It's doing this instead of a bull flag. And I absolutely love this pattern, because it simply just says buyers keep buying it up, sellers keep rejecting, more buyers, less sellers, more buyers. And then eventually somebody's got to give. Somebody's going to give up on this and say, okay, well, I'm selling. And then it's just going to bring back a big sell-off party. So that's what the SPY is doing. SPY also, I think if it takes out this level, it is sitting close to the 20 EMA. SPY, if it doesn't bounce off of the 20 EMA, this is going to be a pretty fun day trade, in my opinion, if we take this level out. And so I would be more interested in day trading this on this day when we take this level out. If I had to guess, it's coming in about 3 or 4 days. So just sheer guessing. Again, I don't really have anything particular that could make it come down. I don't really have any reasons besides just Fed's interfering or whatever. And again, guys, we could just completely go higher. There's nothing stopping it either. But I think if you had to ask me, the more fun trade is over here versus us going higher. So that's what I'm watching, waiting for. So let's look at the Qs again in comparison, and we will see this guy right here. Yeah, same exact thing. Qs look a little bit weak because it did make a lower high. So Qs are a little tiny bit weak, but they have been the weaker of the bunch. So we'll see. This kind of looks like a wave 4 to me, if I had to sit there, or a bear flag, you know, a pull and then a bear flag. So let's keep an eye out for some bear positions. Speaking of bear positions, Roku happens to be a phenomenal gap down today. I know this is not a ticker that we watch regularly in our trading list, but in our watch list, but it is a pretty good gap. 50 as a whole number is going to be somewhat of a support on Roku. So I really want to catch this guy short before it hits 50. So if you guys can kind of just follow along, I want this to not dip at open and hit 50 and bounce. I want it to go higher, actually, to maybe like 52, 53 level, 52, 50, 53 level, and then short it, and then come down to 50 as a target, if that makes sense. Why I like Roku so much is because it had everybody and their mom thinking it's going to go higher. And this pivot failure right here is not okay. So at this point, Roku is doing something like this, where it's going to go lower. So that's why I like Roku as a gap down so much today. It is a retest gap, so I don't want to go short right off the bat, but could be fun. if we can pull up our stocks a little bit up here to this level, maybe 5250 is what I'm hoping for. And then maybe look to go short from there. We'll see. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Michael says, I love Roku. Replace the cable. Really? Well, I mean, but then, what is the difference between, I've never understood this, and guys, help me with this. What is the difference between Roku and an Amazon Stick? Does it have more channels? Is that why people love it so much? Because, I mean, you would think Amazon Fire Stick or whatever is a little bit more accessible, cheaper. You don't have to have a TV for it. I could be wrong. Again, I've just never been a big fan of Roku. We do have a Roku box, I think, upstairs for the kids, but oh, I see. Roku is a container to watch other content through apps. I get it. Okay, cool. Interesting. Yeah, it's always good to know. The other day, I was looking through a website called Coursera, and I know we trade Coursera all the time. It's one of those stickers that I love trading, but I never really looked into it. Apparently, guys, if you want to do the Google IT certification for, I think Google offers it, and I mean Amazon offers it also for their cloud services. So if you are somebody like me who doesn't understand anything about IT and computers, and you want to just kind of gain knowledge and stuff like that, then Coursera is the only affiliate website that offers it. So Google is affiliated with them, which is super cool. They do have an avenue to make money. I don't know if they're super profitable, but they do have an avenue. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. I found out recently. So anyway, Fez says, my friend showed me this Android box he got from Egypt and paid $10 for 2 years, and it gets every single channel in the world. Fez, I think it's called IPTV. I have one of those. Don't know if that's whatever, but I don't know if that's legal or not. But anyway, Roku's built into many TVs additions to having sticks. Okay, cool. Steven, that makes sense. Oh, interesting. Lots of interesting comments. Okay, cool. Let's move on to Roblox. It's always good to stir up a Roku conversation early in the morning. Roblox, I think last time we looked at it, last time I was on the mic, we looked at this guy and I was like, don't know what I want to do with this guy. This gap down, I think, was devastating. On Roku, the next best thing that it could have on it is that we take this guy out, this big red volume out for the bulls, right? Unless that happens, I think we're going to come down to this level. I mean, there's not much stopping it from falling. So, and if you look at it from a wave count perspective, I think it's making that S curve down. So I would watch out for 2954 as a level of support. If that breaks, guys, I mean, this is an easy target. 2660, definitely. So I like Roblox for a bear move down or a bull move up. I mean, honestly, if it goes up over here, I think the odds of us going higher are a little tiny bit less than us going lower. I think it's going to be more towards the lower side. So I will be watching. I'll put Roku in our bear basket. We take this hammer out, these two hammers. I think it'll be not so fun for Roblox for a while. Weekly chart looks just the same. Cute little double top. This whole stuff just kind of looks like a bear flag, I mean, this is a failed inverse head and shoulders. It's just not looking very good. Speaking of inverse head and shoulders, we'll go look at Tesla real quick, and then we'll go look at AMD. I am in this trade, but it's turning out to be more of a swing trade rather than a day trade. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be a day trade at all, but I am in this swing trade currently on Tesla. But guys, you cannot deny really low 4-hour RSI. We are at good levels, turning out to be an inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour chart. For my cup and handle fans, I mean, this is a beautiful cup and a handle. Granted, you would want to wait for this level to break out and consider that a breakout, but I just wanted to kind of get my foot in the door and see if Tesla could explode from here. I think it certainly has room to go, and my target isn't very unrealistic. I think it can certainly go higher if given the fuel. So I am in this swing trade. I got filled yesterday, and I will see what happens over here. On the daily chart, Tesla also looks interesting, you know, selling for the last couple of days. We got some buyers, some short sellers closing out their position, but then very little bear volume and increasing bull volume. Looks promising to me. I mean, I like this, guys. So if you want to do something similar, my target is 199. My stop is a little bit unusual. You could have a wider stop. This is going to be a 1.5, 1.6 R kind of trade. But if you wanted to have a stop somewhere down here, you could still get that one-to-one risk to reward. So definitely keep an eye on Tesla, especially if it breaks out of these levels. So if it breaks out of this sort of skewed trend line, I think it could get interesting. Definitely keep an eye on it. So Jesse says, are you in a swing long? Yes, oddly. YouTube land, for those of you that don't know me, I love bear swing trades a lot more. Well, bear trades just in general, a lot more, but this is a bullish trade, oddly. And I like this. So far, it's looking good. So let's see. Yesterday was a little bit scary when it started to dip a little bit. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is going to take out, because I don't want it to take out this pivot level at all. So if it takes this level out, I will do some damage control and we will see. I have 17 February calls. So I am in it with calls, so I need it to go quicker than slower. All right, let's go look at AMD real quick. AMD on the daily chart. Guys, if you have not looked at AMD, seriously, on the weekly, or if you have not analyzed AMD ever on the weekly, I really, really want you to stop. Put a pause on your trading and go look at AMD on the weekly. AMD is a phenomenal ticker, does a lot of weekly inside candle trades, okay? And every time it does that, it turns into a phenomenal trade. Here is a double weekly inside candle scenario. By inside candle, what I mean is this candle's open and close, so high and low, is contained within these two candles. So these candles just gonna like fill in this body. So, which basically, I mean, if you have a weekly inside candle, it just means a lot of sideways momentum on the hourly chart. If you go back trade this on the hourly chart, you'll see a lot of sideways dancing. So I think AMD is really just screaming for a breakdown or a breakout. I don't know. I think a breakout would be phenomenal. Guys, just picture this on AMD. Again, you know, it feels so wrong for me to have a bullish scenario because I don't like bull trades as much, but just picture this. So much of that, you know, I mean, this is a pretty decent channel on AMD. And we break out of this, we definitely gonna go at least to 100, right? Or we come back down to 50. 50 is the level I will buy 100 shares of AMD for long-term hold. So that's my plan on it. Again, don't know if it works or not, but that's my long-term hold plan. So yeah, AMD is coming into an interesting spot. It is a double currently. I mean, this is still Tuesday, so we still have a lot of week left. Don't know what happens all throughout the week, but it is turning into a double inside candle so far, and I kind of like it. I like the looks of this, right? I mean, it's looking pretty decent, especially if we close this week out with low volume and then go higher. It would be interesting, to say the least. It would definitely be interesting. And then at the same time, I mean, we could have a downturn scenario as well. You know, lots of buying. Some buyers got to take profit. We take this green candle out, or we take this high wave candle out. I would be looking for a 55 as a target, or 54.70 as a target to the downside. So we'll see. AMD is looking really, really good for the weekly chart. I mean, this was the last double inside candle, and look what it did then. And similar scenario, right? Lots of buying, double inside candles, and then boop, we go lower. Not saying that's going to happen, but it could, right? So, you know, just find similar patterns. AMD does. It's the king of inside candles. Lots of inside candles on a weekly chart. So, okay, on the daily, you guys, I hope everybody here can see this double top for me, right? Or could be a bull flag. Don't know yet. It could be doing something like this pennant pattern, or it could just be a double top waiting to collapse. So AMD is definitely at an interesting level. You guys don't get caught sleeping on this. When this breaks, bullish or bearish, it is going to be an amazing, amazing risk to reward kind of trade. If we think of it in a bearish direction, even if it's day trade, if we think of it in a bearish direction, look at the stop. Stop has to go somewhere over here, maybe. And entry, let's say below this guy, just like the Qs, you know, entry over here with your target all the way down here. That's an easy 1.5, 1.6 Rs. 1.5 times your money. That's amazing. That's good risk to reward. Bullish also, right? Stop has to go somewhere over here, entry somewhere over here, and 100 could be a decent target. So definitely keep an eye on AMD. Keep alerts. Michael says, Tesla double tops on the 1 hour. Okay, cool. Let's go look at Tesla real quick. We did look at Tesla, but let's just go check it out. That would not be good for my long, right? So I'm assuming it's on the extended hours, on the hourly. Is this the double top you're talking about, Michael? Yes. Okay, cool. All right. Yes, there's resistance over here. Undeniable resistance, right? And if you play along, there is also this divergence, right? So, but I mean, hey, if this thing takes out this guy, I wouldn't really want to rush into this trade the way I did right now if I had the option to. I mean, it's looking good right now. I'm not regretting it. I am still at a decent level. But if you are, if you are waiting to get in, maybe wait for the breakout of this. This could be a decent little day trade, guys, if we take this level out to the bull side. So we'll see. Or the bear side. I mean, honestly, if we take this level out, we're going lower for sure. I will get stopped out. I know for sure. And I will do some damage control if I have to. So we'll see. Let's see. Yeah, either way we go, I think Tesla could be an interesting. The next couple of days, guys, are going to be really, really fun. I hope today is not a little nothing burger kind of day with no volume. I think, or I'm hoping that it's going to be a pretty decent volume kind of day. Yesterday was a meh kind of day, nothing really interesting. All right, let's go on to NVIDIA. Same exact thing as AMD. Nothing burger. I love that word. Yeah. Okay, cool. AMD. I mean, NVIDIA, the same exact thing as AMD. I think NVIDIA is a little tiny bit different on the weekly, though. Yeah. On the weekly, I like NVIDIA so much more than AMD. And really, honestly, guys, I can't really tell you what's going to happen. Okay. We are in a bear trend. Okay. And usually, bear trends, I mean, be it the 15-minute chart or the hourly chart or, the weekly or whatever, bear trends, strong bear trends normally want to come up to the 20 EMA, retest that, and then roll over. So always, normally the bear trends will want to come up to the 20 EMA, retest that level, and then roll over. So right now we're in that zone. The red line is my 20 EMA, by the way. So we are in that zone. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's a lot of consolidation, a lot of bulls trapped if we roll over. I would be watching 151.17 on NVIDIA for sure. I'm going to add an alert. Crossing down. Okay, cool. Create that alert. Great. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be watching that level and see if we can squeeze in a bear trade. If that level fails, guys, we're pulling back down to a new low. So yeah, keeping an eye on this. Nothing else super exciting. Netflix. Oh man, this guy. Darn it. So this, my friends, was a swing trade that I wanted to set up on Friday when I was on the mic, and I did not do it. Netflix, and there was another trade that I didn't do. I wish I did. You guys, you know, it was one of those perfect trades setting up. Okay, this was a pretty awesome bullish gap and go. We filled that gap and then we bounced. So that's the bounce was what I was looking for. Beautiful, beautiful trade. I mean, you can't deny this. This is awesome. So, all right, Netflix currently though is doing something similar to Roku, right? Can you guys see that? Lower highs, and we are looking to take this guy out. I think it could be really, really interesting if we take out this hammer. I'm not going to wait to enter my short if we take out this hammer. Actually, as a matter of fact, I want it to go a little bit higher so I can get filled somewhere down here, 284 for my short, for my swing short. If I'm looking from a day trading perspective, I think I would want to get in as high as I can. Somewhere down here, I think. Let's go look at it on the 15-minute chart. But I think bearish is the way to go on Netflix. There's a lot of resistance over here. So let's say 283 level is where I'm looking to go short on Netflix, and we'll see what happens there. So I'm going to watch this guy today for sure. The fact that we took out all of this high wave green candle, this high wave green candle, we're gonna come back down. Definitely come back down. So interesting gap on, well, not really a gap, but interesting level on Netflix right now. I am looking to short it today. Ignore this information, guys. It was just one of those things that I should have set up and I did not. So anyway, but the fact that I could put these lines, you should do this too. I mean, you know, if you can paper trade it, just put these lines, see if they work, see if they test it out. Anyway, all right, Apple is interesting. It's hovering around a very, very interesting level. It's screaming to go fill this gap. It has a little bit gap left here, screaming to go fill this gap, and then I don't know what happens from there. But Apple should not have let go of these levels. Do you guys see what I mean? You know, when the Q's in the sky does this right there, look how big of a volume day this was. Right. And so that's what I mean. When we take that out, yesterday was the day to day trade Apple. And today, I think I'm just looking for a continuation. I don't know if we're going to go higher, honestly. I mean, I think we could just kind of sort of retest this and roll back down. I don't even think that retest is going to be extremely large. I think it's just going to be a continuation down. So I like Apple. It feels so weird to say Apple bearish, but I like it in the bear direction. So let's keep an eye on this guy. I like Apple and Netflix to the bear side in my bear basket. And I don't think I have anything else on the bull basket except for Tesla. Maybe AMD, I don't know, but we'll see. Let's go look at Amazon real quick. We are 2 minutes from the market's opening. Amazon is doing nothing. I thought Amazon would certainly hold its 100 level, and it's not. Michael says Bloomberg was talking strong tech stocks today. Thoughts? I don't know, Michael. I think tech stocks today will just sort of go up a little bit and then maybe look for that rollover. I think there's a lot of uncertainty before tomorrow's meeting. So I mean, look at Apple. Look at this chart. I can't be like, yep, we go bullish today. If it was gapping up above this candle, I could see it, right? Or especially if it was gapping up above this candle, I could see it. But right now, and Apple, as we know, runs the markets. So right now, I just don't see it as well as, and maybe I'm missing something, I don't know. But I'm not a very bullish person today as far as tech stocks are concerned. There's a lot of weakness around the edges currently. So, yep. All right, let's look at Meta real quick before I have to let you guys go on YouTube. And Meta, it's trying to fill this gap. I mean, it's almost there at 122. It's pretty much there, which is awesome. Meta too. I mean, we let go of this level. We're rolling hard. So currently it needs to hold this pivot pattern. It needs to go bounce and then, go higher, at least to go fill this gap. But if we let go of this pivot level on Meta, I'm going to put an alert below 108. We could come back down a little bit. Could be a decent little day trade. So we'll see. All right, cool. Okay, YouTube, it is 9:30. It's time to wrap it up. I hope everybody has a phenomenal day trading day today and swing trades. Lots of ideas given out.